Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I have no clue why you would have typed that in.
As an
You said
ancient Egyptian.
as an ancient Egyptian.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Where is my AI firefighter pick? That's what I want to know.
I'm going to do it today.
Okay? That's what I want to know. You keep giving us
I know.
all these different things.
Matt?
But the original one you talked about
Matt is so good.
was but what's he doing with this besides our wonderful new art? But what's he doing with it?
Well,
What's the point? What's the end goal?
I'm not sure
Okay.
actually what Matt's end goal is.
Yeah, with the AI.
I think that he is just trying to really hone in the skills
Okay.
and become someone who has like mastered AI. And I do think there is, AI is the future.
But does he see himself like then getting a job in
I'm
it?
not sure.
Because he's
all in.
Does he ever see himself going back to like an 8 to 5 type of thing? Is my
No,
question.
I don't see that.
So AI would be more of a freelancer.
Yeah,
thing?
I could see him definitely free. I mean, I was just texting with someone who wrote me and was like, "Can you do XYZ thing, but like put me into that situation?" And I was like, "That's something we can do." Like
Okay.
it's
So you could charge per
Yeah.
project, per hour, whatever.
to really,
Get it.
so if
get
y'all
that
need-
bag,
yeah,
honey.
get that bag.
Get them coins.
So he's still kind of in the phase of just like learning. Every day there's something new and there's new versions and new this and new that.
Yeah.
But he's so delighted by it.
Okay,
It's
well,
very cute.
I want Matt delighted.
I know that you do, and
I
he wants
do.
to delight.
I know he does want to delight, so it works. It's a win-win.
All right, you said, now y'all know I always have my list.
Mm-hmm.
List of things that
Mm-hmm.
I want to bring up, like the AI ring finger
Yeah.
that people could
Obviously, very, very important.
buy.
Important.
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 Important. Another one we will discuss in the future is P. Diddy evil?
Oh, right. There's some rumors floating around that he's in the Illuminati.
That
That whole thing.
he's like a murderer.
A murderer. Did he murder Tupac?
And people think he might have also murdered Biggie.
That is a bold claim.
It's a bold, and this is all alleged.
Okay, well, yeah. Yeah, make
Everything
sure you
on this
say
podcast is alleged.
Everything. Everything. Because y'all know my memory can't get it down within a certain amount of details anyway. So it doesn't matter.
But it's all.
I just went from thinking that Justin Bieber was in my calendar months ahead of time. Who knows when he was. But when we really decided, hey, what's this here for? It was like the next day and we bought tickets. But I can't understand time in my brain. I can't understand it.
I mean, time. How long ago was Tupac murdered? I don't know. Was he, or is he on an island somewhere?
Living a good life.
We don't know.
No.
But I think I've seen enough to deduce
Okay. And where have you seen enough to deduce that Diddy did this?
on the socials.
Okay. Because someone else, people have been blowing me up these last few days. Hey, what do you really think's going on? This is what we were supposed to talk about. What do I think is really going on with King Charles?
Yes.
And Harry going over there and all the things.
Okay, let's dig into this.
I do need to get this out because as important as P. Diddy, Tupac, and Biggie are, this is very pertinent.
It's very pertinent.
And it's urgent.
It's urgent. It's
Okay.
important. There's two categories of things.
Yeah.
Important and urgent.
Okay.
And some things fall in both categories.
Absolutely true.
And this is one of those.
And not maybe all urgent things are important, but not all important things are urgent.
That's it.
You like that.
So when you're making your lists for the weeks, folks, listen, I've tried to tell you to make a list.
You have.
Make a list.
Look, I put one thing.
Look, she put something on a list, but when you're trying to figure out what do I need to do this week, the categories, you really should be breaking it down. This is urgent. This is important. This is important but not urgent. This is urgent but not important.
Okay.
Like all of these things. I want to clean out my pantry.
Not.
It feels important, but is that urgent?
It's not urgent.
Not.
No.
It's not. So that's going to go in a different section.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
All that to say,
Ding, ding.
King Charles, this is important.
Okay, so
and
King Charles, as we know, did come out and say that he was going into surgery for an enlarged prostate.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
He was in for 3 days. He was released. And then it was and then it came out a couple of days ago that he has cancer.
Yeah.
Now, they did specifically say when they released it that it is not prostate cancer,
right?
But that this was found while they were in there for the enlarged prostate.
Okay.
So
in that region.
Somewhere in that region. Now, I've seen a bunch of people say, a bunch of doctors here say it could be bladder because a bladder cancer could push and enlarge the prostate.
Oh.
Okay. They are not coming out and saying what kind of cancer it is yet. Will they? I don't know.
I know.
I don't have a direct line to the palace, you guys.
You
I
don't?
wish I did. I don't.
Then why are you here?
I know. I know.
Mac,
Bye.
Mac, get new talent. What am I doing all this work for?
I know. I only know so much, but I'm not privy to everything that happens at Buckingham Palace. So then what happened? Then Harry,
Yeah.
they announced that he is going to come to London
Yep.
to see his father.
Mm-hmm.
So then the internet was abuzz.
Very abuzz.
Very abuzz.
Because he has not been back since when?
Since the coronation.
Since the coronation.
Yes. So he went to the coronation for a matter of hours.
Yeah.
Flew in, coronation, out.
Wow.
Before that, he had been in for Queen Elizabeth's death.
Yeah.
So again, but that was in, out. So this time, it's reported that Harry is coming to see his father.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of people were like, oh, this must be really bad then.
Yeah.
Like this
For
must
him
be
to come.
really bad, and he feels like he needs to come see his father one last time, or maybe for some very serious discussions, things need to be signed.
About the future.
This sort of
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
Well, two things. No, I don't think that it was to show some grave concern for his father. I think it was about optics. I think that if he didn't come, that people would be like, and Harry didn't even come to see his father after he announced a cancer diagnosis.
You're correct. That's it.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. He knew
And
all eyes were on him, and is he going to show up for his father in this time of crisis? That's it.
That part.
Wow.
So that was my initial gut reaction, because my thing is they wouldn't have come out and said all of this if we had days.
Agree.
They would not.
Yeah.
They would not.
Yeah.
That the palace doesn't make a habit of that.
Yeah.
I truly believe that he went into this whole thing going, I'm trying to raise awareness for what can happen inside of our bodies. Please go get your things checked, everybody. And then because he had already been vocal about it,
Right.
when there is a cancer diagnosis, I think he felt like it did need to be shared, because he was going to need to pull back from certain engagements, and they didn't want it to just be a rumor mill, because he is having to step back from some of his duties. Now,
Have they said, like, I know they haven't said the type, but like that he's going to be in full-blown like treatment?
He already started treatment. So they
Wow.
said he is pulling back from his official duties. Now, he'll still do what's called public-facing stuff. Now, public-facing is signing things.
Okay.
Very official sort of stuff that
Yeah.
doesn't take too much energy.
Yeah, okay,
But is he
okay.
going to be walking, miles up and down an airport tarmac, shaking people's hands?
No,
Not right now. So he had to pull back, and they knew that people would be like, what?
Yeah.
So they did, they came out and they said it is cancer, but it's not prostate. All right. So I think that if it was something like there are days that they just maybe not said anything at
wouldn't
all,
have
and it
said
would have just
anything.
been a sudden death.
Yeah.
So I don't think it is that emergent. Okay?
Yeah.
But I do think that Harry needed to come. And that was my initial gut feeling, is I need to come. If this is about optics. I cannot look like an asshole. So I will go. Then I heard that so Harry is one of the founders of the Invictus Games. Do y'all know what the Invictus Games are?
That sounds familiar.
So it's basically, he started it with some other people, and it's an Olympic Games of sorts, a competitive game for people who have been injured in war, military combat.
Okay.
Okay? So it's where they can all come, compete, get awards, all that sort of stuff. And he does a great job. And this is a very good thing. A very good thing.
Yeah.
And I am going to give props where Harry deserves them.
Yeah.
He deserves them here.
Yeah.
Does a great job. But I heard that the Invictus Games, now they're not till 2025, I think. The next one, they happen every couple of years. And they change places too. But I know that the next one is not right now, but I believe he was already pre-scheduled to be in the UK for an Invictus Games summit, meeting, something like that.
And it coincided with this announcement.
So he was already going to be coming. Maybe it was a couple days away, but he was already going to be coming. So then he just went to see his father at the same time.
Interesting.
So
Megan did not come.
No, Megan did not come in again. If this was grave, then I would, in their days to live, I think that Megan and the children would have come.
Yeah.
They did not. This seems like it was very much Harry was either already going to be here, if that's true about the Invictus Games, and I think it's probably pretty easy to prove, but I have not remembered to look it up. Alleged. But no matter what, even if he didn't have the Invictus Games meeting, I think that he would have come over for optics.
100%. He knows the whole wide world is watching. Now, I mean, I shouldn't say that. A lot of us just want them to go away.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we do.
The way you say it is so good.
But yeah, he'd be smeared for not being there for his father.
Yeah, and he doesn't want that.
William is, and William's there.
Yes,
and the whole thing, and it just adds fuel to the fire that's already burning bright.
Correct. And I will say this, that I'm wondering, and it's got to be going through his head, that are they regretting stepping back from having a senior role? Because look at what has happened in these last few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Kate goes into surgery and will be out until Easter from official engagements. Mm-hmm. That's one senior royal down. King Charles, he can now not be doing his public duties because of his cancer diagnosis. That's another senior royal down.
Mm-hmm.
Camilla, still about half the country, does not want to see Camilla.
No.
They don't want Queen Camilla showing up for whatever it is.
No.
That would typically have a senior royal at it. So, and it's not like she's 40, she's probably in her 70s as well. And so. How much does she have stamina wise and things like that? She's actually very fit. I know she walks a lot. She's always on their grounds doing stuff.
How old is King Charles?
His age, he was in his 30s when he married Diana in 81. So he's at least in his, I would say, mid to late 70s.
Yeah, that's kind of what he's giving, I feel like.
I believe he's mid to late 70s, and Camilla's right around his same age. So, I don't know how much she's able to do as a senior royal. And then you have William.
That's it.
And William's really handling it all
Yeah.
because of it. Yet he still needs to be helping Kate. Mm-hmm. He still needs to be raising their children. He, obviously, with help. But he's still having to do a lot of that stuff. And I know that people have this idea that the royals don't do anything. There's pomp and circumstance. It is not. The day-to-day stuff is going up, shaking hands, helping with this thing.
They do a lot.
Doing this. They have engagement after engagement after engagement after engagement. Plus, he's the head of multiple charities, of boards, they are always doing something.
Yes.
Always doing something. And so still not like, oh, it's the hardest life ever. I'm not saying that. But they are very busy people. And so William's doing it. And you know what would be really great for William to have? A brother.
Help.
And a sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Who also could be senior working royals and shoulder some of that and just be this family unit.
Yeah.
And
I think you're absolutely right.
And I'm just wondering.
There's some regret. There's got to be. I think there is regret, and they may never say it out loud, and they may hold it in tight.
Yeah.
And they don't want it to bubble to the surface, but deep down inside there's regret.
Couldn't you see it? Couldn't you see it? If everything was fine, right? If everything were fine, excuse me. If everything were fine and copacetic and none of that happened. And there's a few rough years where you're just getting your footing and you're learning about the institution and all that sort of stuff. But then all this still happens, and guess who's there? The Sussexes. The Sussexes are there. And look, here they come to save the day, to pick up those pieces.
To step up for their family.
To step up. And I have to believe that there might be some, man, should we have stuck it out for those few years? And then maybe we could be the ones.
Yeah.
We could be the ones.
And if anything, it should show them how fleeting life is.
Yeah.
How fragile life is. How quickly things can change.
Yes.
I mean, this coronation just happened.
Yeah.
And now
Not even a year.
Now we have this cancer diagnosis, and hopefully he's okay. But this should indicate to Harry and Meghan, like, wow, we were really short-sighted on this.
And I do believe in my heart, Harry was born into it, so he gets it. He gets it way more than Meghan did. And even, Kate got it a lot, even though she was a commoner and whatnot, but she at least grew up in the British system and understood it a little bit better.
For sure.
I still don't think you can prepare yourself for what comes, but that's why they dated for so long. They had such a long courtship because I think she really had to decide, is this what I see for my life?
Yeah.
Is this really, truly what I see for my life? Do I have it in me to do all of this?
Forever.
And whereas Meghan and Harry dated for a year and a half, got engaged, got married quickly after that, there just wasn't enough time, I don't think, for her to really say, or she thought it was very different than what it actually was.
Yes.
But again, that goes back to the time. Had they had a much longer courtship or engagement or whatever, she may have seen like, oh, this is just a lot of showing up at different places. This is not ball gowns and tiaras and state dinners. The day-to-day stuff might be monotonous. The day-to-day stuff might be boring, or it might be like, I don't want to do this. And I agree, you can still get out. And they got out. I think that's not the problem. No one's saying someone can't change their mind. It's then to disparage everybody on the leaving.
Yes.
It's to do all of the Netflix and to do the Oprah interview and to write the books and to say all the things.
Yeah.
You could have just left. And we've already talked about that, so I don't need to beat a dead horse. But I'm just wondering if there's some regret there now.
I think so.
I'm just wondering if there's some regret. I think in Harry, there is. I think it would be impossible to not feel it.
I would love one day
family.
if there's just a little flash of honesty.
Yeah. So would I.
And, that we could maybe hear from him in that way, that he feels untangled maybe from the pressures of the marriage and what can I say, what can't I say? Yeah. I don't know. It's sad to watch it because these are two brothers and this is his dad.
And he did not see William upon his visit. That was reported and made very clear that he did not see William when he came, and he only met with his father for about 45 minutes. Some people were wondering, like, do you think he's going and having a mea culpa? Do you think he is going to say, it's obvious that we're needed. Could we potentially get back in? Can we become senior working royals again? And I don't think that happened.
No.
I think that it was a simple, I want to come see him. The optics are very important that I see him. And we keep it very surface level. And I'm sure that they did. How are the kids?
Yeah.
Kids are great. How's Meghan? Meghan's great. How are you feeling? Tell me about how this all transpired. I think it was very surface level stuff. There weren't gobs of paperwork to be signed or anything dramatic like that. Like people have, opined.
If I'm King Charles, I got to be on, and I know this is your son, but is there a part of him that even is holding back on what he's sharing with Harry?
Very, very well could be.
Because this is someone that has gone and written the book and done the Netflix and kind of shared a lot of things. And I just wonder if Charles is like, I don't even know if I can trust my son.
I agree. I don't think that that's why I'm saying, like, people think that it was like this meeting of the minds and all this stuff it was surface level. And it was nothing that if they were to report back to the American press or whatever, that it's all things that Charles would say. It's fine if it's repeated or leaked.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I don't think it was actually that deep.
Okay.
I think Harry.
We have our official
royal correspondent
here.
All alleged.
Giving us that English breakfast tea.
Hey! A little Earl Grey for you. Hey.
But tell me, you said speaking of food. So Miranda has her own list, and she wanted to bring something up here.
I thought you would find this very funny. So we went to help some friends move the other day.
Yes, you did.
All right. And as a thank you, they took us to this Mexican restaurant in town.
Love it.
Which Joshua loves, we love. And so we're looking around and I'm like, this is a vibe. This is definitely a vibe in here. Food was great. Everything was great.
Okay.
And the girl goes, well, yeah, look at the picture on the window. Have you seen Colonel Sanders? And I'm like, what? We're at a Mexican restaurant. And they're like, yeah, but look at the window. And the restaurant used to be a KFC.
No.
Yes. The restaurant used to be a KFC, y'all.
No.
And so they kept the Colonel Sanders on the window and they put a sombrero on him. And the like, what's a whipple but in the guy
a poncho. A poncho.
Thank you. Put a poncho on him.
Please tell me his like mustache.
Yeah, the mustache is still there.
Oh my gosh, I'm dying.
The mustache is still there. I'm so mad at myself because I forgot to get a picture, but I will find it online, or I'll just have Joshua's friend drive by and take a shot for me.
Oh my gosh, I love this so much.
It was so funny. And then the sister said, "Oh yeah, they sell shirts that say finger licking Bueno."
No. Did you buy one?
They didn't have any left. They said they used to sell shirts.
Finger licking Bueno.
It said finger licking good for KFC, y'all. Finger licking Bueno. Is this the best thing you've heard?
It's a level of humor.
It's so good
that I want in everything I see.
I know.
And everywhere I go.
I knew you would be so happy about this.
Yes, because they bought that building and they said, well, what are we going to do with this? And somebody, I want to find out who it was. Somebody said, let's not take this down.
Don't take it down.
Let's lean in.
Yes.
Let's lean in.
Everyone knows it was the old KFC. We're in a tiny town.
Yeah.
Y'all, we were in Maiden, North Carolina. Some of y'all are going to be listening and be like, I know exactly where this is. Maiden, North Carolina is where we were helping one of my groomsmen and his bride move. And they take us to this place. And I that's why I was kind of like, oh, it's a vibe. And it's because it's giving some KFC. But also, it was very clearly a Mexican restaurant.
Wait, what was I have to wonder, what was the lighting in there? Because I feel like the lighting in a KFC or any kind of fast food place is very specific. It's giving more fluorescent lighting, right?
Yes.
But the lighting in a traditional Mexican restaurant like we like is a lower lighting.
Yeah, a lower light.
More softer yellow lighting.
It was bright. That's why
bright.
There was a vibe that I wasn't quite, there was something that made me audibly go, this is a vibe.
Yeah, because I don't know if I want to see my Mexican food that bright.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
I'll eat it out in the bright sun.
Yeah.
There's something about I don't necessarily want to eat it under a fluorescent light.
I'm going to have to talk to them about the lighting, but absolutely keep Colonel Sanders dressed in a sombrero and a poncho
Finger
on the windows.
Bueno.
Finger licking Bueno.
Oh.
And I will buy the shirt. If they bring it back, I'll buy the shirt.
You're going to buy the shirt.
I'm going to buy you a shirt too.
I need a good,
yeah.
I wasn't say sleep shirt, but we sleep naked.
Yeah. But we could crop it. We could make it cute for like Cinco de Mayo.
Yes, let's do that.
So I'm working on it, you guys, but
guys, calm down. She's working on it.
I'm working on was a KFC, now a Mexican restaurant, finger licking Bueno is what I put. That's how I remembered.
I'm telling you, the Notes app is where the secrets lie.
But you never know why certain things are typed there.
Yes. I was in a store, or I don't know, I was at a chicken salad chick. Okay.
Yeah.
Yesterday, day before.
Ooh, those little cookies that they give you
they're
are
real good.
so good.
Okay, the song came on.
Yeah.
If this is it, but please let me know
if this is love, baby. Just say so. Huey Lewis?
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think it's Huey Lewis.
So this came on, and I started to sway. Oh my gosh, y'all, stop.
I found it.
Colonel Sanchez.
Colonel Sanchez!
It says Colonel Sanchez, made in North Carolina.
Colonel, I guess that's what they call him. They did not tell me that. I would have put it in the Notes app.
3 Hermanos Mexican Grill.
That's it.
I mean, this is legit how they did this.
It's legit.
Show them.
I will.
Show them now. Oh my gosh. It's everything.
So good.
You were picking up the vibe.
I was just like, something is giving fried chicken.
It smells
and I
like
didn't
fried
know.
Chicken.
Like, whoa, someone dressed as Colonel Sanders. Someone dressed as Colonel Sanders came.
This is big.
Yeah. Oh, it's huge.
That's
why they were like, you didn't see when we were walking in? And I was like,
is this the inside?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I said, you didn't notice when we were walking in? I'm like, I don't notice anything, I guess. And I just.
The Colonel finally got to visit 3 Hermanas Mexican Grill. That's what it says.
Yeah.
Look, lots of people are taking selfies with this.
I can't believe, as we were walking out, I cannot believe I was kicking myself. I wanted to, and then I forgot.
If we have a podcat listening who is in Maiden, I am making not a request, but a demand.
Not a request, but a demand.
That you go and take a selfie with this. We need this.
Yep.
I'll print it off and hang it on this wall right behind me.
It's about the only place to eat there, so it's real easy to find.
Is it near like the little downtown?
Yep, it's right near the little downtown.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was really funny, you guys. I want everybody to, maybe we make a field trip there. Maybe we host a live podcast recording.
Yes.
I don't know.
That is
I don't know.
One of your best ideas.
Okay, so that's what I have. Ooh, please let me know.
So here's the deal. I hear this song.
Yes, you hear it.
I start to sway.
Okay.
And what triggers in my mind is there's certain bops like that one that come back into my life, or I'll hear them after so many years. And it takes me to a time and place.
Yeah, where were you?
When I'm young and I'm with my mom.
Okay.
And maybe we're running an errand. And I wanted to say to you, do these older songs trigger that feeling or that memory for you where you're like in a fabric store with your mom?
I was in a lot of fabric stores with Mary.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, or you're in like a department store to grab something, or you're in a wherever. Like, there's just certain songs that are giving I'm running errands with my mother in the 80s and 90s.
Okay, so obviously we know the memory's bad. It's bad. I can't really think of that, but I do know that my parents had a really nice kind of like speaker record player situation happening.
Yeah, same.
In our houses.
Yeah, mine did too. Like big speakers.
Yeah, really. And like
just. And like a soundboard.
Yeah. Well, no wonder you're so good at it. I mean, the apple doesn't fall far from it. What did I just say? I said the apple doesn't fa-fa-fa-fade. Farva. I said Farva.
Farva, that was the name of my dog that I got. That was awful.
I don't know that.
We'll write that down. That's a tale for another.
Farva.
My parents are triggered right now hearing that.
Is Farva from it's one of the names in Super Trooper. Is that why you named the dog Farva?
Well, I had to pick a name similar to the name Father because that was the name the animal shelter had given this dog.
Oh, so you want him to still be able to respond.
Father. So I said, well, I'm not going to call him Father, but we'll go with Farva. Anyway, it was a big mess. That's a tale for another time.
We both could tell our dog stories.
Oh, I have been meaning to bring this up, your dog story.
We're going to do, maybe we do them.
Yours has a great ending. We'll save that.
Let's do that because people will cancel us after that. And so we want to get a few more episodes in.
That's right. You will. You'll get canceled.
But we had very nice speaker things. And I do know that my dad would play like Boston and Kansas.
Yes.
And so one of my favorites was REO Speedwagon. And they had a song. Oh my gosh, now my brain is blanking. Type in REO Speedwagon. And it's the one, throw your oars up on the shore, come crashing through your door forever. Dun, 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 dun. Because I can't fight this feeling anymore.
That's the song Tristan wakes up to every morning.
What?
For years.
Why?
Because...
Why does he wake up to an REO Speedwagon song?
He wakes up to that because, I'm telling you, for 3 years, Tristan has woken up to this song. And it is because there was a game in Roblox that every time you got killed, the chorus would come on. Because I can't fight this feeling anymore.
Does REO Speedwagon know that Roblox is using this song?
I don't know, but every time, over and over. And he was just like, I love this song.
I love that song too, Tristan.
And so we literally go, Alexa, wake up to Can't Fight This Feeling at 7 a.m.
And he does.
Every night.
Every night you have to say that?
Alexa, wake up to Can't Fight This Feeling at 7 a.m.
That is so weird.
See how it rolls off the tongue?
I can see how it rolls off the tongue. Not me 1 minute ago saying it, and then I ended with Farva. And then, but I would call it the triangle song. I'd say, Dad, play me the triangle song.
Why would you call it that?
I don't know. I'm curious.
There's something in the song that sounded like triangle.
Or REO Speedwagon, maybe the album cover had a triangle on it.
Oh.
REO Speedwagon.
Dad, play me the triangle song.
Mm-hmm. REO Speedwagon. Can't fight this feeling. We're now just Googling everything, y'all.
Let's see.
Album. Does it have a triangle on it?
Hang on. Is this the song? Hang on.
No. No, that's not it. No.
What the heck?
Did you type in REO Speedwagon?
No, okay, hang on. Hang on, everybody. Here we go. Okay. I don't know if this is a triangle. Go to album.
Okay.
Let's see. Here's the album cover. It's a little bit giving triangle. A little bit.
Yeah. But that's the hits.
Oh, you're right.
That's the hits. That's the hits.
Ooh. This is a mystery, and we
will get to the bottom of it. We will get, but I would say play the triangle song. And so I have a little bit of a memory of that. A little bit of a memory, but not much. But we were just always running errands with our parents.
We were.
Just running errands with our mom and dad.
I just feel, I have memories from being in like an art supply store.
Yep, I bet you were.
And, it's Toto.
Yep.
Playing over the speaker.
Africa. They only had the one hit.
They had the Africa song.
They were one hit wonder, and it was Africa.
My mom loves the song.
We sang it at karaoke.
Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
Oh, that's
one
of
my mom's favorite songs. So, I don't know. I just kind of I had a wave of oh my gosh, I'm 7 years old and I'm with my mom in a Belk.
And you can think of yourself at 7.
Yeah.
You can just transport right back.
Totally.
Gosh, that's
totally
neat.
I know.
That's really cool.
Sorry.
I love that for you.
I'm sorry for you.
I really do, though. I love that for people. I just want that. I want to be able
We're trying to unlock it here on this podcast.
We are. We're unlocking some of it.
The purpose of this podcast was to
unlock them all.
Number one, make people laugh.
Yeah.
And number two, unlock for you.
And just have some therapy.
And to get to the bottom of things.
Obviously.
Is P. Diddy evil? We don't know.
Might be. All right, hit me. I think I have time for one more.
Okay, one more thing that
if it's quick,
we need to discuss, and I want to know if you think this is fair.
Okay.
Because I didn't give any commentary about it.
Okay.
I want to know your opinion. When the door flew off the Alaskan Airlines airplane mid-flight.
Yes.
Okay. Thankfully, no one was hurt. They
Thank
land.
God.
Everybody's okay.
Yeah. Yep.
They offered each of the people on that plane $1,500.
Okay.
As they're sorry that the plane was falling apart.
Did anybody get hurt on the flight either?
No one got hurt.
Okay, so no one was able to file a medical insurance claim.
Now, there might be people that are going to file a psychological claim.
Okay, I'm sure that they will.
Do you think $1,500 is enough?
I didn't even think that they would offer anything.
Oh.
Yeah.
They for sure need to offer. You're flying and your plane is falling apart.
But you land and you're not injured.
Okay. The bar is very low for you.
It is so low. It is so low. I don't think that I would have expected anything. I would have just been like, hey, guess what I expected? You to fly me somewhere and me get there in one piece.
The bar is too low, Miranda.
It might be.
No. I just think when I read that
But
number,
what are people for what?
I guess in my thought,
did they get to the correct place?
I'll say this, even if it was a voucher. No, they didn't get to the correct place. They had to emergency land.
And so did they put them on another flight and then get them to their correct place?
I guess they did.
So maybe the $1,500 is for that hiccup in plans.
Maybe the hiccup in plans. Maybe if people had to cancel plans. I just feel like
I can see then. Okay, so they didn't get to the actual place because they emergency landed.
Right.
So it might have given you some hiccups. So yeah, $1,500 to cover that. Yeah, that's fair.
That doesn't feel right to me.
What do they need? What arbitrary number would make up for?
Well, I haven't thought about
a minor hiccup.
It is not a minor hiccup.
But nothing happened.
For your plane to be falling
but
apart
nothing
in
happened.
the sky.
But there's so much stuff. A plane will take off and the wheel won't come out for landing, but it still lands. So then what? Is everybody supposed to get money for that too? Because a part of their plane fell, the wheel stopped working?
The side of the plane, there was a giant gaping hole.
Yes, and I watched the whole construction of it because they were like, this wasn't actually a door. It used to be a window, and then they packed stuff around it, and so it looked like the shape of a door, but it wasn't really.
It is a problem.
It is, but I'm saying
if I had been on that flight with my entire family,
and y'all all would have gotten $1,500.
We're all hanging out.
y'all would have gotten some major quiche.
Okay.
Think about it. Matt and you, that's $3,000. Now times $6,000, $7,500. Like, what else do you want for like y'all got grounded for 3 hours and jumped on another plane and got to your destination? $7,500. Hell yeah.
I don't know. I just feel
Does
like
$7,500 not feel like
no.
That
feels it does feel like a lot. Like that number alone feels like a lot. I'm just saying, if I had been on a flight and I am flying and we live in the United States of America and there is a hole, at least for the people on the row with the hole, you can't give them more than $1,500. Sorry, you were flying 20,000 feet in the air with a hole next to you. I know you didn't sign up for this and this is super traumatic. Here's $1,500.
I mean, don't we always sign up for like a catastrophe could happen at any time? You know me. I'm prepared.
This is not okay. I cannot believe that you think this is okay.
I do. I've never even heard. I didn't even know that they got offered $1,500. The only thing I saw about it was an SNL skit, which was really funny, by the way.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, they did something that Saturday night.
Okay, I got it.
It was really funny. But my thing is like things happen on planes all the time.
I know, but not like that.
But I'm just saying, you landed. No one got injured. What? Then what? What? I don't get it. I mean, I think $1,500 to like be grounded for a couple hours, get you on a plane, and get you home. Oh, okay. That I would have been like delighted. Like I just made $1,500. I just made.
You need to raise the bar in your life.
I made $1,500. That's how I would have taken it. I flew. I spent $600 on this plane ticket. I made $1,500. I'm on the plus. This is great.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's too. And listen, y'all know how I feel about people looking for trauma. We are not looking for trauma. That's not what this is. This is just, I put my life into your hands.
Yeah.
And you maybe have hired people on your team for all the wrong reasons, not because they're qualified to be on your team, but for other reasons. And because you did that, now we have a shoddy airplane and pieces and parts of it are falling off, and the company is liable for that. More than $1,500 worth.
No one got injured. No one got hurt. What do you want money for? For what?
The trauma.
The trauma? Then go to Jamie Lee Curtis. She has a wind chime. I don't know what to tell you. I don't get it. But think about it. A family of 5 like yours, you're making $7,500.
Maybe. Okay.
A family of 4's there. They just made 6. What if there were 8 people flying on something and then boom, you just made a frick ton of money. Like, whoa.
Maybe they should have just increased it per family. I don't know. It didn't sit right with me, and I had to ask you, and I should have known that your bar was low and that you would be so tickled to get $1,500 flying on an airplane without sides.
It just was missing like one window and some padding around it, and it gave the shape of a door. I do understand that it should have been bolted a little tighter. It seems like kind of like the virus is leaking out. It's suspect.
I cannot with you. I cannot with you.
We didn't get any money for that. There's so much.
Well, that's true.
I'm just saying, there's so much that like happens around us and to us and everything else, and we don't get to recoup any of that. So in this case, I'm like, no one got injured, no harm, no foul. You're still being given $1,500. I would have taken the money and run.
I mean, I would have taken the money and run too, but with a frown on my face.
But how much more? It's like, I think at some point you have to say, well, then what is the right number? Is there any right number? Because they probably were thinking someone's going to say it's 100,000 because of the now I can't fly again. I'm so traumatized by it and everything else. Like, so what's the number? I don't think that they're even.
Well, you know what? That's the question, is how did they come up with the $1,500?
Yeah.
And maybe I need to dig into that. I'm going to do that.
Well, think about it. If there were 200 people on the flight, let's say.
Yeah.
$1,500. So that's $350,000.
Yeah.
You're right. Did I just do that right?
It sounds
right.
Do
200 times 1,500. 200 people times $1,500.
Is $300,000.
Okay, $300,000. So this airline is handing out $300,000 for one flight. What happened on one flight? That seems like a lot of money to me.
Well, these are multi-billion-dollar companies.
Hopefully that's who I'll be flying for. one day. I'll be the flight attendant, and I'll stand in front of that missing door.
This is why. Okay, now it's all making sense.
No one will be harmed on my flight.
Now this is all making sense because you want to fly and you want to be a flight attendant.
I love to fly. I love planes.
So you're unbothered. You're unbothered by this.
No.
And listen, I don't love to fly.
I do.
It makes me a little bit nervous.
I know, but I love it.
I'm putting myself in the shoes of these people, and I'm going, wow. So I walk off this plane and you're like, sorry, here's $1,500.
I would have been like, phew, glad that ended okay. $1,500, yes, ka-ching, ka-ching. See you got to get on another flight to get home anyway. You can't be that scared. You can't be that traumatized. Shut up.
It's so bad.
Get on the next plane and go.
I mean, I would.
I got to go.
Okay, bye.
Speaking of going, I got to go.
She's got to go look at
another freaking car. Not a plane, but a mode of transportation.
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
There it is.